Hi, I'm sure if you clicked on this video, you have heard of PS1 Harry Potter. Whether it was PS1 Hagrid, douchebag Malfoy, the jankiness, or just the crazy graphics, this game holds a special place in many people's hearts. For me, it was the duels, and mainly the one with Fred in the burrow. Now, I'm also sure that pretty much everyone has heard of this game or saw this game, but not everyone got the chance to play it. So I decided to remake my favorite level in Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets on the PS1. Making this sort of game is fairly straightforward and simple, since I'm pretty much just doing one level, but I couldn't have done it without my friend Titanium Rat, who provided me pretty much all the 3D models, so check out the Twitter. After I added all the level models into Unreal, I decided to create all the character models. I started with Harry and I created all the animations, and then I pretty much just copied that one FBX file and retextured them for all the other characters. Now in this level there's only Harry, Ron, Fred and George, but only Harry and Fred really are animated. The next step was to actually create the level. I took some pictures of the Burrow dueling arena and I pretty much just copied it one to one. Added some vertex shading on the floor to create some PS1 style shadows, and the level was complete. I then had to create some logic for our characters, so I started with making two animation trees, one for the locked on state and one for the regular state, and then I created a simple raycast that would lock onto a character. The shooting was a fairly simple mechanic as well. Pretty much if you hold the shoot button, Harry would play the hold animation and a particle effect, sort of like a glowing one, would show up on the wand, and if you let go, the spell would fire. Next, I placed all the actors in the scene, including Fred, George, and Ron. The AI is usually the most difficult thing in video games, and it proved to be the most difficult thing in this project as well. Normally, it's pretty simple to have a character move from one place to another, but I wanted Fred to strafe just like he does in the real game. The way I did this is I assigned an input parameter based on where he was in the map, and he would strafe left, right, or go forward and backwards. I also added two functions that allowed them to shoot spells at Harry, and it worked pretty well. The lock-on system was pretty creative but simple. It was simply a plane rendered in front of Fred, and if Harry was locked on, the plane would display a material that rotates, creating this sort of lock-on effect. For the sound, I found this website that pretty much stripped all the data from the first two games, and it laid out all the sounds in a folder. Unfortunately, the sounds weren't labeled very precisely, so I had to go through hundreds of folders just to find the dueling sounds, and it was quite a pain in the butt. For the UI, I created some simple sprites in Sprite and pretty much just added them to the main HUD. Very simple stuff. Skybox is just a sphere with backface culling and a very simple image that I found on Google, and I kind of edited it in Photoshop to make it seamless. I added notifies to a few animations to create things like footsteps or particle effects, and added those to the animations being played while playing the game. And lastly, the cutscenes were probably the most difficult thing about this because I had to use the level sequencer, and unfortunately they weren't really playing correctly in my main level. So what I did is I created some blueprints of the characters and made separate levels for each cutscene based on whether you won, you lost, or the game started, and then just switched to that level on a condition. For example, if you won, the level would switch to Harry winning and it would play the cutscene of the final spell. If you want to play the game, it's available on my itch.io page. It's completely free, so please have fun with it. Controller supported. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos about programming and video games, and enjoy some gameplay. Have a nice day.
Get ready! Jump! Lovely work from Potter. Weasley's got his work cut out now.
Get ready! Duel! Expelliarmus!